We're diving into the frustrating SQLite3 operational error, unable to open database file error. This usually pops up when your Python program, or any program using SQLite3, can't find or access the database file it's trying to use. Let's troubleshoot this step by step. 1. Check the file path. The most common culprit is a wrong or incomplete file path. Double-check that the path you're providing to your write single quote SQLite3.connect function is absolutely correct. Make sure the file actually exists in that location. If you're using relative paths, like write single quote quote mydatabase.dbi, ensure your script is running from the correct directory. Otherwise, use an absolute path, like write single quote quote /users/ your username /documents /mydatabase.dbi to avoid ambiguity. 2. Permissions. Your program might lack the necessary permissions to read or write to the database file. This is particularly relevant if the file is located in a system directory or has restrictive permissions. Check the file permissions using your operating system's File Explorer or command line tools, and ensure your user account has read and write access. 3. File existence. Before trying to connect, verify if the database file exists using Python's write single quote os.path.exists function. This simple check can save you a lot of debugging time. If it doesn't exist, you'll need to create it using write single quote SQLite3.connect, which will automatically create an empty database if the file doesn't already exist. 4. File locking. Another possibility is that the database file is currently locked by another process. This can happen if another program, maybe even another instance of your own script, is already using the database. Try closing any other applications that might be accessing the database. If you're running multiple instances of your script simultaneously, coordinate access to avoid conflicts. 5. Antivirus firewall interference. In rare cases, your antivirus software or firewall might be blocking access to the database file. Temporarily disable them to see if this resolves the issue. If it does, you'll need to configure your security software to allow your program access to the database. 6. Database corruption. If none of the above works, the database file itself might be corrupted. Try creating a new empty database and transferring necessary data. You might also use SQLite3 tools to analyze for corruption, but recovery might not be guaranteed. 7. Full disk space. A simple check would be to confirm that you have enough space in the location where you're attempting to create or access the database file. If the disk is full, you will likely receive this error. By systematically checking these points, you should be able to identify and fix the unable to open database file error and get your SQLite3 application running smoothly. Remember to always carefully check your file paths, permissions, and potential conflicts before concluding that the database itself is at fault.